Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, if I can get that level. Supportive Oracle cards. Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. There we go. Are we good? We're good. All right, Taurus. That's a weird card for you to end on. Not a bad card, by the way. What do you got going on here, Taurus? Very intriguing. Okay, so Taurus. I love it when the outcomes are good. And I think everybody, in this situation, I think everybody's going to be pretty happy. So that's always good. But of course, you know, we gotta have a little bit of stress to get there, usually. I almost feel like people that are Taurans that really connect to the energy be like, oh, that's Tuesday. Like, like that's my life. I always have stress. I just persevere through it. You got the Ace of Swords, Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Eight of Swords, and Ten of Wands. Right? Right. Now, I feel like the hardest part of the situation, there's a situation you're dealing with. Means a lot to you. Like, I mean, why else would you be involved if it didn't mean a lot for you? If it didn't mean a lot to you, you wouldn't really care, now would you? You wouldn't be putting forth this effort. So it makes sense that you're very emotionally invested here. The Ace of Swords comes in, and I feel like that's what's causing the stress. That's what's causing the feeling of entrapment. Something you've been doing this whole time, new information is coming to you. Important, powerful, truthful, good information. But I feel like the first thing I'm feeling when I'm hearing this is like, oh my God, I've been doing whatever I've been doing. Like you've been doing something this whole time and you're just like, oh my God, that was not right. Like it's like you're seeing something like this whole time I was doing it this one way. And now I'm seeing like, it's almost like one of the base blocks of the situation where just, it was a little bit askew and just, this is not right. I've been doing it all this time and I can see now that this was not right. And you're just like, oh my God, now what do I need to do? How do I fix this? How do I turn this around? Because I've built so much on this behavior. This is how I handle this. This is how I handle this. This is how I handle this. And now you're telling me that's not right. And now that I'm really thinking about it and looking at it and assessing it, I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. That isn't right. And now I got to fix it. And I feel like I've messed up a lot of things doing this. The first thing is kind of pull it back. And the first thing you got to do is like move from this point forward. Which I feel like that might be the catch-22 for Taurus. Because I feel like the responsibility level of Taurus is kind of like, oh no, if we screwed it up and we've been doing it all this time wrong, we need to go back and fix that, put that where it's supposed to be and build from there. Something about this makes me feel like that's going to cause more problems than good. And I feel like that's the hardest part here. Like, oh no, if I've been doing it wrong, I want to go back and fix it. You know, I'm not just going to leave it there all screwed up. I'm going to go back and put it right. There's something about that in this situation where I feel like that's going to work against you. Because if you go back and try to fix the past or things you've done wrong, it just screws things up going forward. It's kind of like instead of correcting it now and going correct from here forward, it's just causing more calamity. It doesn't seem to work well. Whatever the situation is, I just feel like going backwards is not going to serve you, which is also why you got the Ten of Wands, because I feel like if you really connect to it, and a lot of you are, I feel like you already know that. Kind of like, I can't go back and fix that and keep going forward and doing it right. Like, I can't, it's like burning the candle at both ends. That's not going to last very long, and it could make things worse. So it's like coming to peace with that energy and being like, all right, I can't, oh, I hate that. Oh, I have this feeling of like, I hate that so much. I'm like, I want to fix what I did wrong, but I can't. It's like I can't, and it bothers me. The self-love is saying accepting that you're human, accepting where you are, and coming to peace with, from here forward, doing it right. And just kind of like acknowledging the past was wrong, something went wrong there, and you did it many times that way. Acknowledging it, but not like you got to work from here forward. Here forward. I think it's the responsibility level of Taurus that I'm feeling, because I just have that really strong feeling like if I screwed it up, I'll fix it. If I did something wrong, I'm not going to leave it for somebody else to fix. I'll go back and fix it. I'll own my own mistakes. I have no problem with that. The thing is you don't have the liberty to do that right now, and it's very frustrating. You can't do it and succeed, is what I'm getting. Like, it's going to be burning the candle at both ends. It's going to cause a bigger calamity. And it's accepting that human part of the situation. I feel like it's hard. No. I feel like there's other support around you where they have action in assessing. If you can work with other people and allow them to help you move forward, you have to allow it, though. I feel like this is hard. I do feel like this is hard. It bothers me because it's like, I did that wrong. I want to fix it. Like, I want to fix it. It makes me so, like, it agitates me. It's like, I just want to go back and fix it. It's like I'm obsessed with it. If you can hold on to these people who have your best interests at heart, they're kind of like, we're all human, it's okay. If you just let them kind of pull you forward and just let them take you forward and center on that energy, I feel like you can do this. Because you got these two cards, assessing and action. They're taking it as it goes forward. They're making adjustments as they need to. They're pulling it forward. This is what's best. This is what's best for this situation. I know that's just like, it just seems counterintuitive. Kind of like, I want to fix what I did wrong. And I'm also getting this, the will. Let your will and their will come together. I don't think this is going to be a permanent melding of wills. Don't get me wrong. But for this moment, I feel like this can serve you. For now. And just kind of let it pull you forward. I'm also getting like, doing that kind of bonds you better with this energy around you. I feel like this is gonna pay off for you in some way. Because you're not going to be able to just easily let it go. I just feel like that's a fairy tale to think that you're just going to be like, oh, okay, I'll just let it go. Because I feel like it means too much to you. So you're going to talk about it here and there, and you're going to make note of it, and they're going to acknowledge it, whoever you're dealing with, and they're going to help you keep moving forward. At the same time, you get a lot of respect because people realize that doing a good job is a big deal to you, and it really helps build trust with them. Like, anything you do, it means a lot to you, and you mean to do it well, and you want to be accountable for your own work. If you did something off, then you want to fix it. You can't in this situation, but this seems to garner a lot of respect for you, especially because you're working with this energy and moving forward anyway, but the fact that it's hard for you to do that actually gains respect because you're pushing yourself forward. You're trying to do what you feel is right. You're doing good. The next couple cards I see coming in, balance, beauty, and resilience. Resilience, yep. There's going to be a balance. You have to, well, no, that's the wrong card. This one. There's got to be a balance. You're going to slowly work through that energy. You're going to have to talk about it a little bit. You're going to let it go slowly, but it's fine. It does garner you some respect. The beauty is that the farther you get from that moment, the further you get into just concentrating on the future, it does get easier for you. You do see the benefit of that. It does work out in the long run for you. I don't really see you ever being happy about walking away from that other stuff, but you seem to understand like that's what I had to do. You seem to kind of accept it in that level. And the resilience is kind of like, it's not easy for you to do this. This is not easy. Like some people wouldn't understand that. Kind of like, it's over. Let's just move on. It's somebody else's problem. Let's just keep going. Other people just wouldn't get it, but it makes sense for you. Like, very tied to the quality. You stand by what you do. You stand by your work. Like, your work says a lot about you, and that's how you view it. And that's why you want to fix your own things. So that's why it kind of holds there for you. It makes sense. I don't know why we're drowning on it, but it seems like I keep going into it. In the environment, I'm getting the King of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords. You're being listened to. You seem to be putting an impression on other people about fixing things that weren't right, and people feeling like bad that can't happen. Although they're very positive towards you, I feel like you're making an impression on somebody, kind of like, I really wish we could go back and correct those things because they're not right. So they're thinking about it. Other people are going to assess the situation and see if there's something else they can do for it. It doesn't seem to be in your control, but other people seem to be like, all right, do we need to do something about that? Do we need to have somebody else just make these minimal changes? Are they minimal changes? Is that something we can feasibly do? I'm getting the Nine of Swords with the King of Pentacles, kind of like you're being listened to. And people are like, what do we need to do about that? They don't want you handling it for whatever reason. Like, I don't know why, but I'm not feeling that's where you're going. I'm also getting like the peace is coming in, like they're whatever they decide, they is somebody else from you deciding what to do with the situation, and they're bringing it to a place of peace, whatever that means. So they're settling it out themselves. Success is here with the Eight of Cups. There's only so much they're going to do to fix it, and then they're going to walk away from it. They are going to have some success fixing it, but they're not going to fix everything. That seems to be out of your control. The whole thing at this point seems to be out of your control. Just seems like they're giving you a heads up about what's going on with this. I'm also seeing they're keeping this away from you for some reason. Well, they don't want you to worry about it. They don't want to, they feel like if they tell you what's going on with it, it just keeps you in that place, keeps you in that emotional place of being attached to it, and they want you to let go of it, whoever it is. So they're not really going to tell you what's going on with it. I don't feel like that's a problem in the sense of they're not trying to do anything negative. They just don't see the positive of pushing this information towards you, so they're not. That's a good card for you. That's somebody kind of looking out for you, kind of why tell you this information if it's just going to weigh on you and make your heart heavier? Why do that to you? They're just there's no point in making your heart heavier with the information. And the path comes forward, continuing forward, acknowledging what the past was, moving forward with better information. There also seems to be a plan. If the past seems to be a problem, there seems to be things to do about that. People are making plans, or they're deciding what they're going to do about that in case it creeps back up. It seems like they've decided they're going to handle that if it does creep back up. That's interesting. The situation seems to go a little bit quiet for a while because I'm getting the Hermit card here with fruition. The corrections are made, a new path is moving forward, everything seems stable. The Hermit card is it's kind of reiterating the Queen of Cups energy I was saying. They're not really telling you what they're doing about certain things because it's just not seeming like it's going to have a positive effect on you. Just knowing something is done isn't going to make you feel better, and realizing that they're not fixing everything is really not going to make you feel better is what I'm getting. But there's kind of a blackout of information, or a void of information, or a lack of information, or there's just, it's not there. What's that other card? Fruition. That whole situation is just seeming to be moved away from you. I'm getting something new is going to come in really quick, but the Emperor coming in is kind of once that's moved on from, it's okay, we fix this in the sense of we're from here forward, we're fixing it. The past is the past, leave it in the past. From here forward, we're fixing it, we've assessed it, we've moved forward, we got used to it, and now it's running the right way. The Emperor's coming in, things are a lot stronger going forward, a new phase, a new part of this is coming in. You got boundaries with the Eight of Wands and the Two of Cups. You're feeling good, and things are going really fast. Things really seem to amp up and go really quick. The boundaries here are telling me that things are so fast that you just got to work within your parameters. Even though things are fast for you at this point, they're in your wheelhouse. You know what you're doing. I feel like Taurans can go really fast when they believe in what they're doing, when they know what they're doing, and they stand behind what they're doing. They believe and stand behind, kind of the same thing. But you know what I mean? When you feel like what you're doing is making a good effort, it's the right thing to do, and you know what you're doing, you can get things done. You seem to do very well. Things are going really quick. This part of the reading is telling me this phase just kind of, all of a sudden things go fast, and then this is over. This, you're not coming back to this. So I feel like they're saying work with this situation. I know that one part is really hard, but let the past be the past. Go from current forward. Once you get used to this, once you kind of get comfortable with it, things kick up really fast, and then this is all in the past. Then this whole situation, this whole moment, it's just so far in the past it doesn't seem to matter again. which that may seem odd, but it just doesn't seem to matter again. Not like maybe you're afraid it might. I just don't feel it being a problem in the future. So I feel like just letting it go into the past, I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like they're just telling you if you go this way and just catch into the next phase and let that drag you forward, this doesn't have to drag out. This doesn't have to hold you down. This doesn't have to make you feel heavy. Do the best you can, let the past go, and just let the future pull you, like, let the future distract you, and it'll just kind of disappear is what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Like, they're like, don't add any more to that, just let it be. So I'm going to let it be. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.